Lessons from Behind My Chair is a podcast that aims to fill your cup with a fresh squeezed dose of clarity, courage, and bliss. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as rate the show 5 stars and review wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, let's get into the show.
Hey, love. Welcome back to another episode of Lessons from Behind My Chair. I'm your host, Angela B. Fuller, master hairstylist turned certified life coach. Today, I've got a really good episode lined up for you. It's a little different from what you've seen and heard in the past, but you know what? There's something to be said about doing something different. And so I have my daughter on the show today, and we're going to bring it to you live and straight and full of for realness. So get ready and enjoy the show. I'm excited about today's podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Why?
because all the before podcasts,
All the before podcasts.
all the before podcasts have been more like, I felt like I've been sharing more information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sharing information, giving advice, presenting advice. And I know you and I have had some previous conversation
Right.
about, you know, I know I always talk about how people show up in the world, how I want to show up in the world. And since I started my podcast, I feel like I've been showing up in the world. And I know this is an overused word, authentic, your authentic self. But I don't think I've been showing up as my authentic self. I think I've been showing up how I think people want, how I want people to view me. Because I don't want nobody to judge me. You know, I want everybody. I'm one person sitting in this chair every week trying to please and make everybody happy, trying to tell stories, talk about women, our pain points, our adversities, our wins, you know, giving my opinion about life, how I view things, how I see things, lessons I've learned in and out of the salon. And I don't think I've been as open with myself, with my listeners, and with my audience. And I know you and I have had that conversation. Now, Mommy, there's so much people missing about you. And you've asked me, why are you struggling with just being?
Yeah.
And I think today I want to try that. I want to be that. I want to do that.
Okay.
And you know, for those listening and those watching, know that this is not easy for me. And part of the reason it's not easy is because I want you all to get what I'm saying. But while you getting what I'm saying, I also want y'all to not only like what I'm saying, but like me. So as I'm sitting here and talking, I'm also thinking about, am I saying it right? Am I sitting right? You know, am I smiling right? And I don't want to do that anymore.
I mean, after a while, it's hard to do, but it's understandable.
I don't want to do that
It's
anymore.
understandable, but because it's something new, and you're presenting yourself to potentially however many people, so it makes sense.
But what's hard though is because even though I've been presenting a certain way, something you said before we started filming, you said, Mommy, because we filmed before, and then Esprit said, no, cut this. And she said something, she said, Mommy, it sounds, we are supposed to be doing a podcast of us inviting people into our conversation.
Right.
How we do. And you said, what did you say? You said it feels to me.
I said it seems like you are, what I say, like presenting the conversation to an audience rather than inviting the audience into the way that we have a conversation. I mean, this is my mom, so the first conversation I ever had was with you. It might have been babbling on my end, in full words on yours, but like we have many a talk. Every single morning we have coffee. We think we sometimes need to put the camera up and just film that, but
yeah, we talk about
it's at 6:30 a.m. So who's really thinking that? But we talk every day, too many times to count.
Yeah.
Whether it's short conversations, long,
and I wouldn't
silly,
trade it for the world.
Whatever it is, same. So I don't think you've been showing up inauthentically in previous episodes. I think you've just been showing up as a piece of you, like the most put together, palatable, uncontroversial, agreeable version of you. So it's a part of you.
It is
There's a part of you that is very like shoulders back, chest out, perfect enunciation, fully figured out thoughts. That's definitely a part of you. But it's not the only part. And I don't think it's the most interesting part. It's an interesting part because you can hear your thoughts clearly and people can really understand the point that you're trying to get across. But I think there's another part of your personality that is more laid back and silly, and it's just you're not thinking about being a certain part of yourself. You're just being all of those parts simultaneously and interchangeably. And maybe if people don't know you, it takes where's she going with this? Which direction are we? But it feels like you. And I just want you to think about it in a way where we just happen to be we're on the couch right now at home with our coffee. There just happens to be two mics, a camera, and a recording little box up here.
I think what might help me in future episodes, I'm a little cold too, but you know me.
I don't last for long.
Listen, things can change in a split second. But I think my main purpose for having this podcast is so that I can truly help other women, help women.
Hear the claps in the mic.
I can help women who's watching or listening. And I think what might be helpful is for me to not make it about me. Not make it about me, but let the main thing be, what's the best way to help women who are bothering to tune in? Because I know if I struggle with a thing, then I know somebody else struggling too.
Yeah.
Because so many of us walking around here just not, just afraid to be ourselves. Because we've been told that, sit down. Sit down, shut up. What are you doing? Yeah. Being too concerned about what other people think. And I can't be concerned about what anybody thinks. If I'm sitting down talking to my daughter, I gotta just talk. And you call me out when I'm not doing that.
I do. I've been doing so for 27 years.
I know. So so if it's good enough for you, then it's dang sure good enough for me. And for those who it's not good enough for, then it ain't for them. And that's okay. Because I remember you were talking about that. You said, Mom, if you don't start just being all of who you are, you're going to attract the wrong people.
Well, yes, and that was this morning. That was not the other day. That was this morning.
When you do step out and be you,
they're going to be confused.
Wait a minute. Who that is?
Who is this lady? Unfollow, unsubscribe. No, thank you.
Then I gotta start over. Ain't nobody feel like that. But I'm loving this thing called podcasting.
It's new. But I mean, I think you should really commend yourself.
But I'm not new. I'm not new to me.
You're not new to you.
All of my clients, when it comes to the salon, now I'm on now.
Right now, she ain't afraid to talk. Hold up.
All my clients who know me in the salon, they know that person that you're talking about.
They know the other, they know both sides. They know all the sides.
They know all the sides.
I've been doing my hair for 30 years,
and
30 years.
I'm not gonna let a camera and a mic intimidate me. I'm gonna buff up and I'm gonna be me.
Okay.
On camera and in front of the mic. And if my viewers or my audience, my viewers and my listeners.
Well, audience kind of encompasses everybody.
Right. My people.
Mom, you can't yell in the mic now. Now she's talking like we on speakerphone.
Well, let me say this. I want y'all to call me out on it. Okay? If y'all see where something, she sure sound kind of mechanical.
Hang on.
Then I want y'all to call me out on it. Because listen, I'm gonna be calling some folks out too. I'm gonna be stepping on some toes. I'm gonna be having some ouches out there, because the thing is, man, listen, life is short. I just came from a funeral today that blew my mind, that this person is no longer here on this side. And life is just too short, man, and unpredictable. And we just we gotta spread joy wherever we go. Spread joy, spread enlightenment, spread love, laughter, foolishness, silliness. Like I said to you, we gotta learn how to, it's called the body human. We just gotta learn how to be human and everything that comes with being human.
I thought that was a verbal typo.
No, the body human.
Okay.
The body human. That means everything that encompasses being human. And one thing, we're still discovering what that is. So much we don't know. So if it comes out of you, it's part of the human experience. That's how I feel.
Okay. I'm not
That's
going
how
to
I feel.
that.
So with that, I do want us to talk about self-care.
Okay, I think you should go first. It seems like you got something to say.
Let me see, cause I think I've been into self-care.
Or what do you define as self-care? First of all,
self-care is plain and simple. When you are doing the things, I'm doing the things that helps to take care of me, help me to feel good. What that is, help me to feel as though I look good, whatever that might be, skincare, hair care, trying new things. If something ain't working, switching it out and looking for something that helps. Taking the time to love on yourself, that's self-care.
Okay.
And I believe in that. And I believe as we get older, especially us women who are in our halftime, and I define halftime as women who have lived longer than they're gonna live.
Okay.
We got to start doing self-care. Because I believe that prior to that, most of us spend our time caring for somebody else, caring for others. And I mean committed to it. So now it's time for us to be committed to ourselves. I like my skin clean. I like my hair clean. About a year or so ago, I took all chemicals out of my hair, and I don't have anything against chemicals because I like that look too. But you got to go with what you feel, and I was feeling that it was time to get back into my natural state. And so, caring for my hair, I love shampooing my hair in the shower.
Yes, she does.
I love conditioning my hair. I love I like it to smell good. I like my skin clean. I cleanse, I exfoliate. I put night cream on, just love it on
You
me.
exfoliate when I remind you to.
Yeah, and I use your product. I use your stuff. There's something about that. Your stuff seems to have a little more youth in it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, man. if you had to talk about what do you do for self-care.
You know what I find interesting before I get to myself?
Right.
Is that when you brought up skincare, your definition was like just things in general that make you feel good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that for you didn't say deep cleaning. Like deep cleaning the house.
Oh, yeah.
That seems like a self-care activity. Listen, because for you,
you're right.
You'll start with, I'm just going to clear the table. Right. Oh, well, now I need to sweep off the crumbs, so I need to vacuum. Oh, well, now I got to sweep and mop. Oh, well, the baseboards need
because you know why? Because it makes me feel so good. Like, I can't go to bed. I think I'm not taking care of myself if I go to bed and the dishes are not done. Because I can't rest well. Because when I wake up in the morning, when I walk into that kitchen, to have everything in place and everything clean, I feel like, let me just pour my water, drink my 16-ounce of room temperature water, and let me have my coffee. And I can't. It seems like it blocks my energy. It blocks my flow.
Okay. Well, we don't want to block the flow.
Don't block my flow because I don't want to be backed up. So don't block my flow. I want to walk into a clean kitchen. That to me is about self-care. Because it's
like prepping your self-care for the next day.
It makes a difference in my attitude.
Okay.
My morning attitude.
First of
all, gotta make my bed up. Because first of all, there's no need to walk around first thing in the morning with that what do you call it? You call that puffiness.
Oh, it's just a little puffiness in the cheek.
When you first wake up in the morning, that face.
We're both like that. When we wake up in the morning, we get like not quite moon face, but
you got that puffy
cheeks
face.
are a little full, the eyes are a little puffy.
I call it that fluid. Just that overnight fluid.
No fluid. I mean, it might be. I don't know.
That overnight fluid. So you want to go in the bathroom and brush your teeth and put some cold water on your face, and of course, I got to pop my earrings in there. Listen.
Okay.
Listen. When I get out there, my feet hit the floor. I walk past my jewelry box and grab those earrings. Bloop. Before I even brush my teeth. Bloop bloop. Before I even kiss my man.
I thought about that the other day. Speaking of a little off topic, it just reminded me of that TikTok of that girl talking about how she said sometimes I really think about how my dad is my mama's man, and I resonated with that because I'm like, that's her man.
That's right. That's right. That's your dad.
That's my father.
That's your father, but
that's her man.
That's my man. That's not my husband. That's not my husband.
I mean, that is her husband.
No. Other people call him my husband, but that's my man. All right, that's a conversation for another. That's a conversation for another day.
We're gonna get back to the self-care.
Okay, get back to self-care. So go ahead. Tell me what you do.
Mine's in the same realm when it comes to skincare, but I feel like I've started focusing more on body care. So making sure that my skin from the neck down is really exfoliated and scrubbed, not just basically. I mean, it's always been cleansed. I want to make that very clear. Showering and cleansing my body has never been an issue.
Crystal clear.
But it's more so about tending to, like making sure my skin isn't dry or dehydrated. Making sure that I deeply moisturize, whether that's with lotion, Anna oil, or some sort of body butter. And also making sure, because I started sugaring my legs as opposed to
sugar the whole leg?
No, just the lower leg. So like ankle to knee, because my thighs don't really have much hair anyways. But because I sugar my legs, I also sometimes get ingrowns when the hair starts to grow back in. So I make sure to exfoliate really well. But if I see one or two, I make sure to
eye for ingrown.
Yeah, I make sure to properly, pull at the root and use an alcohol wipe or some sort of antiseptic to clean the area. I just make sure that my skin is really, I put a lot of extra focus in it. And you don't get ingrowns in your leg because you don't grow hair on your legs.
Because I don't get a chance to grow. I shit. And I know, listen,
I hate this.
I want y'all to forget.
If you are an esthetician, don't even listen to her.
Listen.
Don't even listen.
I shave my legs in the PM, and when I wake up the next morning, I got growth.
It's not.
I got growth.
I don't tap your legs like that.
Because it's on the No, if I go up, that's growth.
Mama,
I'm alive.
Mama,
human being.
No, the
There's
reason
growth.
you feel that is because the hair has not even been removed from the follicle. That's like saying, oh, I mowed my lawn, and then in the morning, there's grass on my lawn. Like, yeah, because you just cut it short.
Right, I didn't pull it out.
You
like
didn't remove it.
So
like
sugaring.
waxing, sugaring, plucking, those remove the hair.
Listen, I'm a cosmetologist. I learned a little bit about estheticians, what estheticians do. Aesthetics. But listen.
I'm not an esthetician, by the way. Listen. I just work with them.
When I cut hair, I cut the hair. Okay?
Yeah.
And if I cut my client's hair tonight, tomorrow there's going to be some growth. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I know everything starts from the hair
it's the
bulb,
same thing.
the
Or
follicle.
if you color, think of it like this: when you color your client's hair,
that's right.
And literally
the next morning,
in like 2 days,
the next morning,
I can see my roots coming because the hair is you didn't.
Right. Well, that bothers
or
me.
your husband is bald.
Yeah.
My dad is bald.
Yeah.
So if he shaves his head, because you know men who are bald, they still get little stubble or like they'll get stubble where the George Jefferson would be.
Right.
But not in the center.
Right.
If he shaves his side of his head, the next day he's gonna have to shave it again.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want any stubble.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. That's so.
I just don't think you're supposed to shave your legs.
If I go on the treadmill, you best believe when I get in that shower, I'm gonna run that river again. Okay, I have to. I can't handle.
I'm gonna sugar your legs.
I don't know.
But you gotta let it grow to a 1/4 of an inch at least.
There is.
Or an 1/8 of an inch.
Extreme.
An 1/8 of an inch, Mama.
You are.
You know what an 1/8 of an inch looks like. That
I do,
nothing.
But I have been shaving my legs twice a day.
Not twice.
I shave it at night, and if I'm on the treadmill the next morning, I shave my legs because I feel that stub.
Mama, but you're not. You're wearing full.
And look at my legs. It hadn't hurt. I think I got some pretty legs.
First of all, you'll be wearing long pants and then be at work all day and not even look at your legs once. Why do you need to shave your legs?
Because I could feel, like right now I feel it. I shaved my legs before I left home, and now I still feel it. Maybe once I get it sugared.
Dull razor.
I use my husband's razor hot, but that's ain't cheap to leave that to a fresh one. No, but I don't like that. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try. I might try sugaring and then see.
But you have to let your hair grow to an 1/8 of an inch. The sugar will not stick.
We'll see.
It has to grab the hair.
We'll see. So
the sugaring, you really only need to do it like every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how your hair grows.
I'll look into that. I'll look into that.
She's lying, y'all. She's lying. You're lying on right here on Beyonce's internet.
Forgive me.
Right here on Beyonce's internet.
But
lying.
I just believe in self-care.
Okay.
I do. I think, and self-care, you know,
sometimes self-care is just laying in my bed, halfway under the covers, or fully under the covers, depending on how cold it is. Just doing that.
Yeah. And you just let your mind go.
Like my cousin, just let your mind doing nothing. No, the mind ain't even going. It's not. The mind didn't make it to the party.
Don't even matter to me.
Not invested.
Yeah, self-care. And I think some of us struggle with that. No, seriously. Because sometimes when I'm into self-care, I'm thinking, man, I could be doing something. As if self-care is not doing something.
Correct.
We just don't want to, a lot of times we don't want to put the time in. But I'm learning that I got to.
You know what's a great form of self-care that you and I both completely ignore?
What's that?
And we really shouldn't? Sleep. Listen, I am a self-proclaimed night owl, and I'm fine with admitting that. you are fine with admitting that I'm a night owl.
You are,
but you act like you're not.
It's because
She is the thing. I'm a night owl in the sense that I could be on YouTube or scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or just lounging and stay up late. She's like, it's pretty. It's so late. Go to bed. What are you doing? She'll be doing something seemingly productive, but falling asleep watching it. That's so it's not like you're absorbing the information.
No, I'm just set up different. No,
you're not absorbing the information.
I am though. It's crazy, but I'm set up different. I absorb it all. Because I take that information and I use it the next day. I remember.
Okay. Well, she will stay up until midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Having to get up at 6 o'clock for work.
Because,
watching some sort of video or training or something, which is fine, but
I'm telling you.
I'll be like, Mama, just go to sleep.
I'm wired different. I retain it. Then I'll go lay in bed, and then I will process. I'll process everything.
How to post on social media.
I'll process everything while I'm laying in bed, and then I retain it. I really do retain it. Now, what I am struggling with is this stuff called social media.
Social media.
I'm learning though. Here's all the half-timers who are learning social media. 60 plus. More power to the 60 plus, because I know I'm not by myself. I know I'm not the only
definitely
one.
not. Definitely.
I just thank God that I have a daughter who is willing to help her mom.
It's good I'm an only
help
child.
her mommy.
I'm her only child.
And
who else would do it?
I thank God, because this is brought to you live from Esprit Ori. So I suggest if you ladies got something you want to do that's a little bit different from the norm, and if it's scary, if you feel like you don't know nothing about it, it's okay. Grab you one of these high schoolers or college students and tell them, I need your help.
I can go to high school and college. I'm not in high school or college.
But I'm just saying, somebody who's a millennial.
Somebody who's a millennial.
Because I'm telling you, that's the key.
Because I'm a cusper of millennial and Gen Z.
That's the key.
95.
I remember when I went back to school back in, 2006. After being out of school for 25 years, I went back to school to get my bachelor's degree from College of Charleston. And let me tell you something.
I was no help then, because I was in the 6th grade.
Right.
And I had homework of my own.
It was the hardest thing. But you know what? Those young people, I latched on to them. They latched on to me. They call me Miss Angie. I call them son. I call them daughter. And they say, we'll do the work if you type it up. I said, that's a good exchange. Then y'all tell me what you learned, and I'll process it. But don't have me work with no computer. They did the work, because we would work in groups, and I would type it up. And then we all would get the best grade. And then when they saw me graduation day, because some days was a struggle, business information systems and all that foolishness, they saw me walking in that cistern center at the College of Charleston. This cistern. And they said, oh, Miss Angie, you made it. Miss Angie, you made it. Yes, I did.
They were far too excited.
Yes, I did. So that was my life then. But honey, this is it now, and I welcome a challenge.
Okay.
All right. Welcome a challenge.
So how do you feel?
Feel about what?
I mean, right now, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel like I just sit and chill and talk to my daughter.
Great.
I hope that, just being for real, is helping others. I hope it's giving other people, other women, in particular women, permission to be okay with being themselves and not think about what other people are going to think, or why is she doing that, or she need to sit up, or She needed that subject verb agreement ain't matching.
Subject verb agreement ain't verbing right now.
Ain't verbing right now.
Ain't agreeing
But
right
I
now.
mean, really and truly, the bottom line is.
Why is it so cold here? I'm sorry. Why is it so cold?
Girl, but to me, it feels good.
Does it?
You see me out of my jacket? I'm feeling good. But the bottom line is this. Just be intentional. I think that if our real desire is to live life fully, have fun, spread love, when someone's hurting, offer them something for that pain, a word, a smile. That's all somebody need. We don't have to be somebody different. Even therapists, doctors, counselors, teachers. That's what a person do. I think we gotta step outside of I'm a podcast. I'm doing a podcast. What's a podcast supposed to look like? Supposed to sound like? Supposed to sit like? I'm a person. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a grandma. I'm a sister. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm somebody's friend, niece, auntie. That's all of who I am.
Are you a niece?
Am I somebody's niece? No, because my mama was an only child. That just seemed like a thing to say.
Daddy?
My daddy was an only child. So, but just something to say.
I would say.
But there are nieces out here.
There
And
are
I'm just
nieces out
saying,
here.
you
I'm
know,
a niece.
I'm doing a podcast. Well, why? I'm talking with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes without her.
Most of the time without
sometimes
me.
solo. And I'm just talking about my experience. Because maybe somebody needs to hear it today.
Mm.
And like I said, if I continue not to make it about me, even with me giving what I give, if I still keep in mind I'm trying to help somebody, then I should be fine. Now next week I might slip back.
Because next week it might not be a conversation.
Next week, tomorrow morning I might look at this podcast and say, oh
God,
my
what have we done?
God, what have we done?
I feel exposed.
Esprit!
Stop yelling in the
excuse me. Esprit.
When I gotta edit this,
Esprit.
I just apologize.
No, see,
in
Esprit,
advance
I
if it
messed
sounds
up.
like this.
I messed up.
No,
Girl.
it's okay. It's a part of it.
But I guess I had to get it out.
I'm saying it's okay. It's a part of it, as if I'm like some master pro podcaster. I don't have a podcast, but I watch enough internet content to kind of distinguish when people are being one of three things: completely disingenuous.
And then like I'm trembling when I hear that.
Specifically presentational, like they're to a point solely trying to present information, or if they're just being people on camera, Right. So I feel like the last two are definitely more acceptable than the first.
Wow, that made me cringe. I was reading something today, I can't remember who it was. Someone was talking about imposter syndrome. And they were saying that the reason people have imposter syndrome is not because they're not being themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they're not being themselves.
Explain.
Okay, it's like I feel like I may feel like I'm not qualified to be a podcaster.
Okay.
I feel like a fraud. I feel like an imposter.
Because you don't fit the
What right do I have to think that I have something to say that somebody want to listen to? So when I try to be a podcaster, that's the imposter syndrome.
Right.
But when I'm just being myself,
You don't think about it.
the imposter
Until you watch your
syndrome
back.
slips away, because now I ain't trying to imposter nothing. I'm
And
just
then when
being
you watch
me.
your back, that's when the imposter syndrome creeps back up, and it's like, girl, this ain't you. Why you acting like that on camera?
Right. So.
Why you acting like that on camera?
And I just thought that was profound.
I mean, I've heard that imposter syndrome is largely a protective mechanism, right? Because if you're not fully yourself, if people like it, then you did a good job of performing, of putting on the act. If people don't like it or don't resonate with that person, then it's like, well, it's not me. So they're not saying anything negative about me because
that wasn't me.
That wasn't me. So it's a
I think
of protection.
I think I would rather be now in this space, in this frame of mind. I think I'm going to take a chance on me. I think I want to take more of a chance on me being criticized,
right,
than me being someone else and being criticized for being someone else.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. Listen, I'm just going to be me. And I ain't for everybody, but the people that I am for, that's who I'm going after. I'm going for those of you who are for me, who see me and say, man, I resonate with her. I want to hear more of what she has to say. I want to hear more about what she has to offer. And for those who I'm not for, somebody else is for you. Yeah, somebody else is for you. So, I want to thank my daughter for not stopping. And I used to say, man, what? Just be quiet. Just let me be me. I'm being me. But then you're relentless in that.
Because I know you better than anybody.
But I mean, if you love me and all my idiosyncrasies and
quirks,
all that I am, then why wouldn't anybody? There's some other people who would love me.
A lot of people do.
And frankly, I am not going to focus on whether people like me. I'm going to focus on helping those who I can help. Not like people broken and need fixing,
right,
but offering myself to those who I can help. And the only way I can help them is if I be me. Really. So what you see is what you get. This is it. This is it.
And that's on what?
Period. Right?
And that's on who?
Mary had a little lamb.
There we go.
Right?
Yeah, right.
That's on poo. Right? Is it poo?
No, it's period poo.
Period poo. Yeah, I said it. Yes, I said it. I said it.
Oh boy, did you.
Okay, so thank you. A little self-care.
Do a little outro. You gonna bring it home for the people?
Bring it home for the people. Yes, let's talk about our outro.
No,
why don't you do it, Miss Gessy Wessy? Go for it.
See what she had me do, y'all? Okay, well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Lessons from Behind My Chair. We'll see you all next week, Sunday at 7 a.m. on all listening platforms and watching platform, YouTube. So this is really great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you for combing through my mind.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Okay?
Remember, self-care is the best care. All right? Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love that. That was good.
That was good.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, all at Angela B. Fuller, and join us every Sunday morning at 7 for new episodes. Okay? Bye.